If you could press a button that gave you the skills to put people to sleep and break their limbs and totally immobilize people and control them, if you could press a button that gave you that, boom, would you do it? Or you think, nah?
Oh, absolutely, I
Of
would.
course, right? Why?
Because
Why?
it'd be awesome.
Wouldn't it be awesome to like
Oh
actually
no,
know?
I totally
Wouldn't it
get
be
the appeal
awesome?
of jujitsu.
So you got to look at it like this. Some people turn away from jujitsu. Most people, most. I'm gonna.
Yeah,
You're like most people.
absolutely.
You're like most people. People that like jujitsu are in the minority. You know why? It's just all about how they look at it. You know, because you could. Some people tapping, getting submitted, it's in our DNA for it not to feel good. Nobody ever gets tapped out and it feels good.
It wasn't. I did a tournament that I knew I was gonna get killed at, and it was fine. I don't mind getting tapped out. I don't know, man. It's just not something that I was physically good at, and I know most people aren't when they start. But I don't know.
Did you feel that like?
I,
Did you feel like everyone was thinking you just suck? And you,
no, everyone's always very nice.
but you just said earlier that you would press that button because it was awesome. Because
yeah, but
dude,
that button
would be
doesn't
awesome.
take into account my arms that can't.
So
really
so you
reach
got to
around
look at it.
people.
No, but you got to look at it like this.
Right.
This is coming from a guy that's been teaching jiu-jitsu for a long time. I've seen people come and go. There have been lots of people. Most people are react like you. They're just like, fuck that. I'm not good at this. I can't do this, and I'm not having fun. I'm losing all the time. It's like, why is this fun? I go in here and I get tapped out. Fuck that. Why is this? How is this fun? Getting tapped out. It sucks. It's in our DNA for it to suck. And when but when you, all you got to do is focus on being able to do to someone what they're doing to you. Oh man, all you gotta do is just know that you can do it. So you don't think you could do it, but you can do it, but you think you can't. You think you can't. But I'm here to tell you, I've never met anybody ever that just continued to do it and not get better at it, little by little. So you can, do you think like it was just too hard for you, you can't figure it out and it's too complex?
I think it was a fun thing. I think I fell in love with kettlebells, and I just wasn't enjoying jiu-jitsu.
Because you thought you couldn't get good at it.
That probably had a good amount to do with it.
Of course. Most people think they can't, they just can't do it. Most people, they think, man, it's just not worth it. You're going to get tapped out all the time. Yeah. You got to get...
And that's with anything in life.
But you know
when
what
you
I
first
say?
walk into something that's outside your comfort zone, I called the guy up first. I drove by there 15 times. And I was done with kickboxing. And I had a bunch of options. I could call you. I could call a bunch of people. I said, you know what? I don't know this guy. Let me give him the $50. Go down there. Because if I don't like it, I don't ever want anybody to know I even tried it. Mm-hmm. And I went in there and we spoke. And he taught me the grips. And he taught me. But when I did the hip escapes, the room just started spinning. And we talked a little more, and he taught me a basic scissor sweep. I thought it was interesting. I got in the car, and I'm like, that was interesting, but I'm never going to go back. And I went home, and then I did a Ben Franklin close. You know what that is? When you put a piece of paper, and you put lines down the piece of paper, and you write the advantages and the disadvantages of jiu-jitsu for me. You know, and obviously I wrote out a shape. But obviously I wrote commitment and I wanted to do something different. So I went to a night class. And that was fucking brutal, Eddie. Brutal. Because I'm 50. I don't have energy in the fucking nighttime. All my energy's done in the daytime. It's tough for me to learn the moves. But he taught me a pass, a collar pass, where you double up the legs and you throw them over. And I could do that. But again, I walked out and I'm like, I'm not coming back in here again. But you know me, dog. I said, I'm going back down on Monday night. And on Mondays from 8 to 8:30, people don't like it because he makes you do jumping jacks and burpees. I would do whatever I could do. Push-ups, 10 jumping jacks and stop. I would run some laps. I'd walk some. But one night I went in there and an edible. And that was the biggest mistake of my life. That was like the time of St. Patty's Day, 1992. I got on stage on coke. I thought it was cute. That was a big mistake. And I know not to get high or nothing when I go to jiu-jitsu because I would panic when somebody got on top of me. The weight would just make me panic. I got sleep apnea. I can't breathe on the bottom. But I started thinking, what if somebody gets on top of me on the street, dog? I'm going to die. I'm going to die. I can't die because I don't want to do this. And that's what made me go back. Between you and I don't have the aptitude for it. When I played football, I had aptitude 3 days. You know, you learn your fucking formations, and you learn to block this guy and tackle this guy as he comes around. With basketball, I had the thing. With baseball, I didn't. And I'm Cuban. I didn't have the aptitude to play baseball. With jiu-jitsu, I was completely out of the game. It was like me going to a technical school to learn mechanics. I'm not an auto mechanic.
You know, it's like when you like with your experience with comedy, you know that if a guy starts doing comedy and he goes up to a couple open mics, he's like, "Fuck this! I'm not gonna fucking do this. It's just too hard. I'm gone." But like, man, you know, whether you tell him or not, you're like, you can do this. You just gotta fucking work. You can do this. Most people think they can, but they can't. I knew I could. Like that day, my first day at jiu-jitsu, I got wrecked. I 37 times got wrecked. But instead of doing what most people do, most people are like, fuck this. How is that fun? That's not fun. Most people are like, they're gone. But the way I looked at it is like survival on the streets. I knew that, fuck, who cares if these guys beat my ass? One of these days, I'm going to be able to do that to a dude who walked in the first day. That was the goal. I just want to be able to do what that dude did to me. I go, you've been training 4 years, and you look like a fucking nerd. You know what I mean? I go, you can do this? And he goes, yeah, train hard for 4 years. I'm like, shit, I'm going to be able to do this too? So I didn't care about getting tapped. Like, the more I got tapped, the more I'm like, fuck, yes, I'm going to be able to do this. And I got obsessed. And all I wanted to do was, my first goal is to be able to put a clinic on a dude's who's been training 1 day. Then after like 6 months of hard training, I was able to do that. It took maybe 6 months, maybe even a year before I can just do whatever I wanted to that dude. You know, but time flies, so a year goes by like that. But you actually can do it. There is nobody on the planet, unless you have some kind of serious like
well, no,
like
we
condition,
have that friend
who's
who's in a wheelchair.
Alan, he's in a fucking
exactly.
He's got cerebral palsy.
You still with your girl? Mm-hmm. What happens when you go out and someone starts shit, man? You want to be able to fucking handle the goddamn your business, man. You want to be able to, and jiu-jitsu will 100% give you that confidence. Like if anything goes down, you're like, I got this motherfucker. I wreck them every day. You can do that. You know, I'm not. You know, whether you go to jiu-jitsu again or not, it's not none of my concern at all. I'm just telling you. I'm just giving you. Like I'm trying to, and I'm never gonna bring this up. No. I'm telling you the truth.
You're preaching to the choir.
You can get really good at this, man.
We're going in like fucking Marines. You understand me?
Welcome to church, motherfucker.